Big salute to Toronto rapper The Crook as he catches a major W as all his charges are dropped from the recent jewelry store robbery, where he got charged last year for a jewelry store robbery, which had a tag of about 6.5 million attached to it, which was crazy. But in this video today, we're going to get into 10 reasons why The Crook is innocent of this case. And the judge lined up all 10 reasons in a recent court hearing. And we're going to go through that and everything else as far as the whole lore with this case. Now, just to give you guys a little bit of context, Toronto rapper The Crook has been doing his thing for a while out here. One of my favorite rappers in the game. For the people outside of Toronto, let me give you all a little clip of what The Crook could do.
Don't work, then it's straight by the trapping. Break this appeal like it's magic. Fuck out the neck, come outside if it's static. Taliban gang, they be itching to rap.
So as you can see from whatever I could play of the clip without copyright, The Crook has been doing his thing and he's sick on the mic with it. And to me, one of the sickest rappers out here in the scene, like I said. But last year, he was caught up in a crazy jewelry heist that had a tag of $6.5 million on it. And he ended up going to jail for a little while. Let's go back to Friday in the past to find out about that arrest. Unfortunately, Toronto rapper The Crook has been arrested in connection with a jewelry heist from 2023. This is your boy Friday Ricky Dread here with another news report. Make sure to hit that like, make sure to hit that subscribe, and make sure to comment below on this case that we're seeing here. Now, it's Sunday, May 12th, and the case is just rolling in right now all over all of the social media pages for Toronto rapper The Crook in regards to his arrest. Now, in regards to this case right here, I have a news story, or I have a post via Straight Out of the Six TV. And from the write-up that it says here, it says Toronto police is making the public aware of an arrest made and a robbery investigation. On Monday, October 30th, 2023, at approximately 4:30 p.m., police responded to a call for a robbery in the Spadina Avenue and Adelaide Street area. It is alleged that two male suspects attended the store wearing a mask to disguise their identities. One suspect rang the doorbell pretending to make a delivery. The victims answered the door, and the suspects forced their way into the store. One suspect produced a handgun, pointed it at the victim. The victims were forced to the floor and their hands bound by duct tape. The suspects took approximately $5 million worth of watches. The suspects then fled the scene. And then from the post here, it skips forward to later on in the article where it says here, at the time of the search, officers recovered a quantity of stolen watches and other items of evidentiary value related to the investigation. Christian Collins, 29, of Clarington, was charged with robbery with a firearms, disguise with intent, possession property obtained by crime over, possession property obtained by crime under, conspiracy to commit indictable offense, and breach of conditional sentence order. The Crook was scheduled to appear in court at the Toronto Regional Bail Center at 2201 Finch Avenue on Thursday, May 9th at 10 a.m. Now, from what you can hear from what Past Friday said, it was a crazy case, all the details of the delivery and everything like that. So for a second, a lot of people thought that The Crook was cooked. But in a turn of events, he was able to come home on bail about 4 months ago, maybe about 5 months ago, and he's been laying low. He's been actually putting out music from the music video that I just showed you guys before, but he's been continuing to do his thing. He started streaming. He started streaming on Kick or Twitch and, trying to be productive with his time, his ankle bracelet in the music video. So I would imagine that he was probably on house arrest or on some kind of a curfew. But now in a turn of events, an article has popped up via the Toronto Star written by Betsy Powell, and it breaks down 10 reasons why The Crook is innocent of this $6.5 million jewelry heist. So as you guys can see right here from the article, it says judge lists 10 reasons Toronto rapper The Crook is not guilty of $6.5 million watch robbery. Okay, so let me be a little bit more specific when it comes to the robbery right here, because I said jewelry heist. Obviously watches are jewelry, but I guess there was a little bit more specificity when it came to the watches. There was probably a bunch of high-end watches, Rolexes and Cartiers and all types of stuff like that. So let's get into the article over here. So the article reads, during closing arguments of the trial earlier this year, a prosecutor urged the judge to convict Toronto rapper of a multi-million-dollar armed robbery, citing 10 extraordinary coincidences that appear to tie him to the crime. Do me a quick favor while you're here and smash that like button so we can break the algorithm. And join the comment gang and subscribe. It's free. Her decision to acquit Christian Collins, who performs as The Crook. This week, Justice Sheila Ray addressed each of the Crown's 10 points in order, offering her 10 reasons to dismiss them. The masked suspects made off with 150 watches, mainly Rolexes, valued at $6.5 million, with $250,000 in cash from a luxury watch dealer on Spadina Avenue on October 30th, 2023. The robbery was captured on surveillance camera. Now, over here are the 10 reasons why the Crook is innocent of this crime. So let's go through them over here. The walkie-talkie used by the robbers appears similar to the ones that Collins bought at Home Depot 4 days before the actual robbery. It was entirely plausible and reasonable that Collins bought the walkie-talkies for use in his music videos Ray found. Okay, and salute to Judge Ray. Hold on, let's find out who Judge Ray is. Give me a second, gang. I need to find this out here. So let's do a little bit of investigative reporting over here. I think this is her right here. Sheila Ray helps make justice systems fair and more. And this is just from the top line here. I'm not even clicking onto it. This is some pictures of her, if I'm not mistaken. All right. As the first South Asian Canadian woman appointed to the bench in Ontario, Justice Sheila Ray. Okay, so this might be the same lady. Hold on. It's a South Asian lady. Hold on, let's hear from Sheila. You got that right, Sheila. Well, salute to Sheila. Judge Sheila Ray, my bad, because, we got to pay respects to the judge here. But let's continue the article over here on the Crook and the 10 reasons why the Crook is innocent of the jewelry store robbery. So it continues here. Reason number 2, one of the robbers had posed as a FedEx driver carrying a box to gain entry to the watch vendor's 6th floor office. A box left at the crime scene contained a receipt for the walkie-talkies. And then this is the response from the judge. It is unlikely that the perpetrators of such a carefully planned robbery would take incriminating evidence to a crime scene, the judge said. Damn, the judge matumbled that one. She said, no. That's not plausible right there. Why would a criminal bring incriminating evidence to a crime scene? Like, why would a criminal bring receipts to a crime scene? Dummy. My bad. Let's continue. I know the judge didn't say that. Reason number 3, a balaclava that has Collins' DNA on it was found in the box. Again, and this is a response from the judge. Again, it's unlikely the perpetrator would take incriminating evidence to a crime scene, she said. Damn, she's the same reason again. Boom. Now, number 4, the box also contained a mask with Collins' DNA. Now, the judge responded over here. It's a reasonable inference that the items in the box the FedEx suspect picked up to carry as a part of the disguise were simply discarded at some point, Ray found. Interesting. So she finds it reasonable that those products, the FedEx products, were just discarded. It could have been anywhere that that anybody's DNA that could have been found on that. You know what I'm saying? From what I don't know. I'm not a judge. I'm not a legal expert, but salute to the judge for that one right there also. Number 5, Collins, as seen in the video from Home Depot, looks similar to one of the robbers. This is the judge's response. There are thousands of people who in Toronto who look like him. There are thousands, maybe more, Black people in Toronto who are light-skinned people. We see them every day. So the judge hit her with a woof. Judge hit her with the race card. No. What you trying to say? All Black people look the same? Is that what you're trying to say, Crown? Is all Black people look the same? Damn. The judge is doing some crazy work right here. Just the Crown must have been pissed when he or she left the courtroom. Hold on, let me see who the Crown is. This to double check. Well, yeah, they don't say the gender of the Crown in this, but from what I remember, it might have been a woman. But let me know in the comments below if anybody remembers exactly. But let's go. Number 6, a suspiciously large amount of cash was found at Collins' home. And then the judge responds. On this, Ray agreed with defense lawyer Allison Craig that she should reject propensity reasoning that the cash somehow indicates he might be committing other offenses. As we get to number 7, Collins is interested in fine watches. Sorry, I got to stop right there before we get to the judge's response, because even me, before, I'm not a judge, I'm not a lawyer, but if that's one of the reasons, the Crook or Mr. Collins, he likes fine watches. Guess what? So do I. So does the judge. So does the lawyer that's sitting over there defending people. A lot of people like fine watches. So just liking fine watches is a stupid reason actually to even put in as one of the reasons why he might have been guilty of the crime. That's dumb. They should have just left that out, because from there now they just look like they're just throwing whatever at the wall and sees what sticks. You know what I'm saying? So that definitely had to get thrown, like that definitely had to get matumbled. Let me see what the judge had to say about that. None of the stolen watches were found at his home, so I'm not impressed by the suggested coincidence. Me neither. That's horrible. That's racist. I'm sorry. That sounds hella racist. But let's get to number 8. White shoes were found in Colin's car. Woo! They found a white shoes. Now the judge responds to this. It says there is no evidence that they were the same white shoes, and the type are very common, Ray said. Like, yeah, he got white shoes. Judge, he had white shoes. Dummy. Stupid. Number 9. Collins paid for walkie-talkies with cash. Yo, this prosecutor's pissing me off. And then this is what the judge, lots of people pay for things in cash, and there's no nefarious purpose. Listen, man, I don't know if the judge loves the crook or hates the crown or both, but either way, the crown is somewhere right now punching the air. You know what I'm saying? Taking a couple of extra hours at the therapy session. Like, I don't know. I thought that we got the nigga, but he got away. Yep. Free up. And last but not least, Collins was masked in Home Depot buying the walkie-talkies. Your Honor, the defendant was wearing a mask when he went into the store. He was wearing a mask. Yeah, just like the shorty that's walking down. There's one white girl walking with a mask over there. She got the one with flowers on it. There's another Asian girl walking with just the regular medical mask. There's a couple of YNs walking with some balaclavas and they're masked up with the hoodies in the middle of the summertime. Guess what? That's what people do. Yo, this Crown prosecutor is stupid as hell, man. Wow. This is what our taxpayers' dollars is going to. These are the dumbest crowns in the world. And this is what the judge responded. It's reasonable that he didn't want to be spotted by fans, and he wanted to avoid detention because he was breaching a conditional sentence on previous charges at the time he was at a Home Depot, the judge reasoned. So, yeah, so he was already out on bail from, I guess, what the judge is saying here. 1, so he didn't want to be seen. And 2, he's a pretty popular rapper. The Crook has been doing this thing for a while, from the time he was Killer the Crook. And he's accumulated over the years millions of views on YouTube. He has mad fans, including myself. Somebody might see him on road, be like, yo, that's the Crook. Sometimes I don't do the mask thing, but bro, it might be a good idea. A lot of this stuff, when I'm looking here from the Crown's arguments, sound pretty prejudiced. It could be looked at as racist when it comes to some of these arguments that the Crown is making, stereotypical towards a lot of Black people, because it's like, yo, he's wearing a mask. Oh, he likes watches. Like, he had white shoes on. It's a lot of stupid shit, excuse my language, but salute to the Crook. Let me just see what the rest of this article says. On Wednesday, the judge said, even considering these arguments collectively, along with very weak eyewitness identification, the prosecutor did not prove beyond reasonable doubt that Collins was one of the robbers. All right, so they threw out the charges. Salute to the Crook. He, I don't think, from I don't know about his previous charges or anything like that, if he has to still deal with any of that stuff. But from this, I know he had the ankle bracelet on for that. So hopefully he's able to cut off the ankle bracelet. I don't know if there's anything going on Instagram right now. Let me double check quick fast before we finish this news story right here, because we're not doing super duper structured on the news stories right here. Let's check to see what's going on with the Crook, to see if he's celebrating right now. Because I would imagine his ankle bracelet, he should be able to cut off his ankle bracelet now that we get this news over here. Let's go over to the Crook's Instagram page. Big salute to the Crook, man. Congratulations, brother. Okay, let's go into his stories here. This is 10 hours ago. New music.
About to fuck up the market. Me and band pattern right now.
Oh, he's on the track too, or not?
Right. New music at 6 p.m. He just posted an hour ago.
My young Carter ill first, I'm making that night.
All right, free me, post raid.
Oh,
here we go. I'm going to turn this off for copyright reasons. He cut off the ankle bracelet. There we go. Hold on. Pull it up. He's cutting off the ankle bracelet. So we got the proof right there. There we have it. There you have it. The Crook is off of the charges. The judge has given 10 reasons why he is innocent of the $6.5 million jewelry heist. Once again, congratulations to the Crook. I hope this puts a battery in his back even more than he already had for putting out his music, and he can go around now and travel, do shows. So salute to the Crook. Good news over here at the We Love Hip Hop Network. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. Did the judge make the right decision? What should the Crook do next now that he has this great new news over here? All right. Let me know in the comments below. I read all comments and try to respond to as many as possible. Make sure to hit that like button on the way out. We are off of this. Deuces. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.